It's absolutely fantastic. He is part of an amazing podcast called Laugh Finder, where they play tabletop games with hilarious comedians. They have amazing guest stars. He is fantastic, and it's an amazing podcast. Please welcome to the stage the very funny Bryan Preston!
Oh boy. Actually, Michael did say my name, Bryan Preston. I just want you guys all to remember it, just because after the show, I will not be responding to "Hey, shitty Aquaman." Like, I fucking get it. I know I got like this whole like, what if Maui from Moana sold cocaine thing going on. I'm not putting my sunglasses on. It would. If I put them on, it looks like I'm about to go to a drug deal that's going to go wrong. Is all I'm saying. No, I have this very fucking, what if Bruno Mars was like a POW for like 2 years, and he just came out a lot bigger and just hard as fuck. He would look like this. Not really, I'm soft as fuck, but thanks to racism, you wouldn't think that immediately. No, I look like the cute one from ISIS. Is what, because I'm just ethnically ambiguous and shit. Sometimes people are like, hey, are you a Dothraki from the hit HBO series Game of Thrones? And I'm like, folks, this is a horrible time to find out that dragons aren't real. And no, I do though. I have a Game of Thrones themed sex move though. I call it the White Walker. Also, unlike the end of the show, this one is satisfying. And pretty much the move, here's the move, folks. Here's how you pull off the White Walker. That is when I politely ask a white woman to leave. That joke may have hit too close to home for some of you, I'm sorry. It's Baltimore, I apologize if I've white-walked any of you personally. It's not my call. Okay, here's the thing, my roommate, he's always like, he hates them, and he is a cat, but it's his house too. So it happens. It's weird though, a lot of them are white women. It's, if like you saw my sexual history as a TV show, you would be like, are we watching Fox News? It's like that. Also, I did fuck Lou Dobbs, so there is a little bit of crossover there. It was weird. I don't know. The market was bullish, I guess. We'd had some drinks, one thing led to another, and anyway. No, it's weird though because, folks, I have a condition. I have a medical condition, so that makes it a little bit weird sometimes though, just because like I am what we call on the internet dummy thick. In the 2000s, people would just come up to me, other dudes would be like, hey Bryan, you have a bitch's ass, as in, it's just, there's a lot of meat back here. If you saw Avengers Endgame, in fact, I'm the one that has America's ass. I'm not going to turn to the side right now because I don't want to start a fucking riot, folks. But it's weird sometimes because a lot of the time it'll be me, it'll be just a woman, typically white, and we'll be in bed, she'll be benutted or whatever, and she'll be like, she'll just say something and she'll be like, Bryan, I kind of wish I had your ass, and I'll just be like, is it weird if I agree with you? It's glorious. I don't know what to tell you, folks. I don't know. Things that's weird. Times are strange right now. I'm actually the secret. I'm biracial. That's one of those things. People are always like, hey, no, Bryan, you look great. I'm almost 40. And they're like, what's your secret? I'm just like, have one black parent. That's it. If anything, I jokingly say clean living, and then I laugh. And they're like, I don't know why that's funny. And I'm just like, well, my body is a temple to Satan. But no, that's a secret. One black parent. Also, maybe they'll let you be president someday. If you just have the one, though, too, then, I don't know. It's America, it's not great. It's weird, though. The weirdest thing, though, I think about America right now, though, is just like, how the fuck is Aunt Jemima still a thing? Folks, fucking Zissimo's upstairs, we're going to do a brief thought exercise right now. Just imagine for a second that I couldn't remember the name Aunt Jemima, and then I was just like, fuck, what's the name of the slave from Pancakes? You would know exactly who the fuck I was talking about. And then you would be like, I think she's married to the slave from Rice. As a child, I thought Mrs. Butterworth had owned her, and that she had used her fucking pancake-making expertise to escape to freedom up north. I am honestly surprised the slogan for Aunt Jemima was just never, wade in the syrup, wade in the syrup, child, wade in the syrup, it's gonna bring us to Jesus. That's right, that's an appropriate response, whoever wooed in the back. That joke is that fucking good. No. A little bit more about me, I don't know. I'm at that stage when people are like, hey, you ever gonna have children? And I'm like, stop asking me this all the time, Mom, it's weird. But no, I've got like the best response to that, folks. Take this down, all of you other free and childless people. Here's what we do. When someone's like, hey, do you ever want kids? I just like to go, I had kids once. And then I just start sobbing uncontrollably. They just never ask you anything again. It's fucking amazing. No, but speaking of kids myself, I grew up in a decade called the 1990s. I don't know if you're familiar with it. Alright, cool. You know what? It was better not knowing what everyone was thinking all the time. Also, I miss when people used to suffer in silence. This is a nice thing. Be like, oh, cool. It's like, shit, I don't know. I mean, fuck, we would have seen a bunch of Instagram posts from Kurt Cobain about how sad he was. It's gonna get worse than that, buddy. No, it's weird, though, because, like, I think, though, at sometimes, I think about, like, now, it's okay now, it's weird, anyway. But I do think sometimes I'd have, like, better comebacks or shit, because I know when I was a kid in the 90s, growing up biracial suburbs, people would just be like, hey, Brian, you're acting white. And I would just respond by, again, sobbing uncontrollably at them, which, in fairness, is the whitest response. Honestly, the only way I could get whiter is if I brought up the Constitution a couple times while doing it. I'd just be like, well, 2A says, but no, now, I could just, when something came with me now is if I was like biracial, still weird and awkward in fucking 2019, almost with the wrong year. Like, hey, Brian, you're acting white. I could just be like, well, that would certainly explain the AR-15 in my bag. Hey, Alexa, play Pumped Up Kicks. It's true. I mean, God, they do love to shoot people. But no, it's also, though, I'm not looking forward to getting older. I'm not looking forward to having to do that. Like, well, back in my day, shit, just because I know for me, I'm just going to be like, oh, you fucking kids, you don't understand what it's like. We had real music back then. We had real songs about rubbing your titties if you love Big Papa. Like this bullshit now about pills. I'm also not looking forward to like any wedding in 30 years when you just Cash Money taking over for the 99 and the 2000 just hits and a bunch of people in their 50s just start backing that ass up. Not looking forward to it. It will happen, everybody. It's the future. I don't know. Also, I grew up here in Baltimore. Anyone else here actually from this city? Yeah, cool. No, I love coming here to Hamden just because, like, frankly, if the junkies here weren't white, you would all be afraid to come here. It's fucking true. We all know it. If it wasn't butchie on pills out there, there would not be so many there's 8 places to get fucking waffles within like a quarter mile from here. You don't get that shit now. That's white junkie shit. That's just charcuterie and just meth. That's Hamden. Fuck. No, but I grew up here, and it was also weird as I went to a private school. And like my friends, I don't know, it's like I love Baltimore, I do, I mean I haven't left, and I've had many outs, but I haven't taken them, but it's always weird because I think like sometimes we talk a lot of shit about Baltimore, like, it's like The Wire, and frankly folks, I have been all over this dumb fucking planet of ours, all countries, continents, etc., but we didn't have Instagram at the time, so nobody knows or cares that I did, but the one thing I will say about Baltimore is, I don't like to reinforce the stereotype, folks, but it is the only place on planet Earth where I've accidentally purchased crack cocaine. This is a true story, folks. It's a real one. I would not lie to you. We have made a bond here. So it's about 2002, 2003. We couldn't get in touch with our weed guy. We had left him many voicemails. Now, my friends, and we used to do this when the city was marginally shittier. Marginally. And they'd be like, hey, Brian, you're our cool, tough friend. Which, again, whatever. I went to an all-white private school. So they're like, Brian, unsurprisingly, again, you're the one we've elected to go buy drugs on the street. And I did. I took it. I'm a fucking yeoman and a champ. So I go out there as I had so many other Baltimore evenings before, and this gentleman, he comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, what are you looking for?" And I'm just like, "Can I get 20?" Didn't specify 20 of what. So I give him the money, and he gives me $20 of crack cocaine, and no fucking receipt. And if you don't have any receipt, you can't return your crack. Those are the rules. So I go back there, and my friends are like, "Bryan, how'd it go?" And I was just like, "Whoopsie doodle. I bought crack." And that was the night me and my friends all smoked crack. It's a good story. I'm glad I got all this on tape. No, it's true. It's weird. I don't know. I've seen a lot of things, folks. I've had a rich life full of experiences, but you know what? I have seen some things that have just shaken me to my fucking core and made me challenge everything I believe in about humanity and human decency. Folks, I'm gonna be tough, I'm gonna be strong, I'm gonna be brave, I'm gonna do it for you because you deserve it, but it just, God, it's hard to talk about this. I know it's what comedy is about, it's about talking to people about new experiences, but folks, one time I saw some real shit. Something that, it shook me into the core as a human being, and it's made me question everything since that moment. Folks, what I'm talking about is, one time, be strong, Bryan. One time I saw someone propose at a fucking Chili's. Like, Chili's the restaurant. So the thing about it when someone proposes at Chili's is you have to ask yourself, was there a 2-hour wait at Outback Steakhouse? That's like the only reason I go to Chili's. Frankly, folks, I've never hated a woman enough to take her to Chili's on a date, let alone ask her to spend the rest of my life with me. But, much like O.J. Simpson, if I did it, here is how I would do it. Okay, so for this plan to work, she has to get the ribs. That is integral to my plan, because at Chili's, they give you an extra thing of rib sauce with your fucking ribs, right? Now, when she's looking at all of the dumb fucking shit on the wall at Chili's and questioning every life decision that has led her to this moment, I am going to drop that engagement ring in that extra thing of rib sauce. And then, when she looks back at me, hatefully, dare I say it, I'm going to just be like, "Hey girl, you sauce up my life for some shit." And then, I fucked up the punch. That was actually the punchline of the joke. I skipped the line, but you guys liked it anyway. I'll leave you with this. Do you guys like motion pictures? Alright, I got 2 ideas for it. Okay, $1 billion ideas. Idea 1, I don't know if you guys know this, there may be some racial tension in America. Shockingly. So here's my idea. Here's what we need. We need another Nutty Professor movie. Start the healing. Just Nutty Professor 3, Black Lives Fatter. My other idea, okay, so Baltimore. Place where I accidentally bought crack cocaine, sure, but also Baltimore, home of Johns Hopkins Hospital. They are the dick and balls transplant specialists on planet Earth, right? You get your shit blown off, they send you to Johns Hopkins. Now, here's the thing. Here's the movie, everybody. We get Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, first 15 minutes, blammo. The Rock gets his dick and balls just blown off. You're just like, what am I going to do in 90 minutes about a dickless Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson? What is this movie? Here's the twist. Kevin Hart's going to play his new dick. You guys are fantastic, I believe.
Bryan Preston, everybody! Oh my God, you guys.